losing it this morning as an emergency United Nations Security Council meeting has been called into session. Donald Trump is making post after post while this United Nations Security Council meeting is taking place. Trump is posting about the 2020 election, and he continues to spread 2020 election lies, saying that the election was stolen from him. At the same time, the Security Council meeting is taking place, where we're hearing from Michael Waltz, Donald Trump's ambassador to the United Nations, who's saying that the Western Hemisphere should be controlled by the United States. And the reason that we invaded Venezuela was to take their resources, and we are going to assert this same type of right across the Western Hemisphere. There's no mention of the UN Charter. There's no mention of sovereignty. This is just utter imperialistic, raw. You hear it for yourself. Listen to what Michael Waltz has to say. Here, play this clip.
As Secretary Rubio stated just yesterday, this is the Western Hemisphere. This is where we live. And we're not going to allow the Western Hemisphere to be used as a base of operation for our nation's adversaries and competitors and rivals of the United States. You can't turn Venezuela into the operating hub for Iran, for Hezbollah, for gangs, for Cuban intelligence agents, and other malign actors that control that country. You cannot continue to have the largest energy reserves in the world under the control of adversaries of the United States, under the control of illegitimate leaders, and not benefiting the people of Venezuela, and stolen by a handful of oligarchs inside of Venezuela. But it does.
Then the ambassador to the United Nations from the United States, Michael Waltz, said there was actually no war against Venezuela. He said it was just a law enforcement operation. Why is everybody calling this a war? Here, play this clip.
Colleagues, the United States successfully carried out a surgical law enforcement operation facilitated by the U.S. military against two indicted fugitives of American justice, narco-terrorist Nicolas Maduro and Celia Flores. Colleagues, Nicolas Maduro is responsible for attacks on the people of the United States, for destabilizing the Western Hemisphere, and illegitimately repressing the people of Venezuela. As Secretary Rubio has said, there is no war against Venezuela or its people. We are not occupying a country. This was a law enforcement operation in furtherance of lawful indictments that have existed for decades. The United States arrested a narco trafficker who is now going to stand trial in the United States in accordance with the rule of law for the crimes he's committed against our people for 15 years. A similar action was taken in 1989 against Manuel Noriega.
Then the United States and the Russian ambassador says, okay, this is your rules-based order that you used to lecture us on. This is what you lectured us on, really? Great work, world. Maybe we should do it a different way. See, it gives Russia the ability to say this. Here, play this clip.
Depending upon the political landscape. Today, we are reaping the consequences of their recklessness and selectivity in matters related to respect for the norms of international law, which were linked to the so-called rules-based world order. Here is your rules-based world order in all of its glory, which is horrifying.
More from the Russian ambassador here, attacking the United States and saying we're appalled by the unparalleled cynicism which Washington did not even attempt to conceal its true aims of taking all of the resources from Venezuela. Here, play this clip.
Of aggression due to a fear of angering the American global gendarme, which is attempting to once again rear its head. We are particularly appalled by the unparalleled cynicism with which Washington did not even attempt to conceal the true aims of its criminal operation, namely the establishment of unbridled control over Venezuela's natural resources and the assertion of their hegemonical ambitions in Latin America. In this way, Washington is generating fresh momentum.
And just think about it. Russia, who engages in the same conduct right now as the United States just did in Venezuela, now is in the United Nations lecturing the United States. And the U.S. has no support. There's no allies. The United States is all alone while Donald Trump's making social media posts about the 2020 election and about windmills and saying that these are
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today's news was shook the world. An emergency United Nations meeting was called. World leader gatherings quickly. The reasons: Donald Trump, the United Nations openly criticized and con- condemned Donald Trump actions. This emergency meeting was not normal, it was serious, it was urgent, and it sent a powerful message. After hearing the news, Trump reportedly lost control, became angry, and reacted strongly. So the big question is, why did the United Nations call an emergency meeting? What exactly did Trump do? Why are world leaders so upset? And what does it mean for the future of America and global politics? Today we will explain everything step by step. So stay with us till the end, because this story affect America, global place, and the world order. What is the United Nation? First, let us understand some things important. The United Nation, also called the UN, it is global organization. It includes almost every country in the world. The UNS means goals are to keep world peace, to prevent war, to protect human rights, to solve international problems. When the UN calls an emergency meetings, it means something very serious is happening. Emergency meetings are rare. They are only called when these is a risk of war, a humanitarian crisis, a major global threats. So when the UN calls an emergency meeting about one person, it become huge news. Why are an emergency UN meeting called? According to reporters, the emergency UN meeting was called because of Trump statements, Trump foreign policy behaviors, Trump attitude toward international law, concern about global stability. Many countries felt that Trump actions were dangerous, aggressive, unstable, harmful to world peace. World leader behave silence was no longer acceptable. They decided to speak openly. The main issue: Trump and global tension. Trump is now for his story. Trump is now for his strong language and America first policy. Supporters say he is bold, he is touch, he protests U.S. interests. Critics say he create choice, he insult allies, and he disrespect global institutions. At this UN meeting, many countries expressed deep concerns. They accept Trump of ignoring diplomacy, threatening other nations, undermining international agreements. This was not our normal criticisms; it was global condemnations. Condemnations. Concerns speak out. Agent Trump. During the emergency meeting, several countries spoke strongly. They said Trump behaviors increases global fear in uh, in Congress, conflict, weakness, trust between nations. Some departments say no signal leader is above international law. Other warned riskless relationships can push the world toward district disaster disaster. These statements were seen as direct actions on Trump. Why this angered Trump? Trump does not react well to criticisms, especially international criticisms, public condemnations. loss of control over the narratives. Reporters say Trump was furious, shocked, extremely energy. Source close to him claim he felt disrespected, hu- humiliated, attacked by the world. Trump believed the UN is based, the UN is unfair to America, the UN target him policy. This emergency meeting made things worse. Donald Trump report actions. According to media reporters, Donald Trump launched out verbally attacked the UN, accused world leader of hypo hypocrisy. He responds say the UN is unusually other countries depend on America. He does not need their approval. This reaction shocked many people. Instead of claiming the situations, Trump response added fuels to the fear. Increased tensions made headlines worldwide. Why this is big deal for America? This situation is not just about Trump, it affects America global image, US uh, alliance, futures diplomacy. Many experts warn the US could become isolated, trust in America leaderships may drop. Global corporations could weaken when the world's most powerful country clashes with the UN, the consequences are serious. America as the world. Some analysts say the movement show a growing divide. America as global institutions. Supporters of Trump say America should not take orders. US interest come first. Global bodies limited freedoms. Opinion say cooperation is necessary. Global rules prevents wars. Leaderships requires responsibility. This emergency UN meeting made this divide very clear. Media reaction in the US. America made recent strongly. Some channels said Trump embarrassed the US. America reputations is damaged. Other media defended Trump, calling the UN corporate, saying Trump showed up for America. Social media exploded. People argued, people debated, people chose side. Public opinion. America divide. American criticisms are deeply divided. Some Americans say Trump is strong, the world fears him. Others say this is dangerous, we need diplomacy. These events become another symbol of America political split. What experts are saying, political experts warned anger is not leaderships. World can start war. Diplomacy serves lives. Former diplomat said, "Strong nations do not shoot any narrow-tate." Security analysts warn global instability increase. Global instability increase when leaders act emotionally. Why the UN's message matter? The UN wanted to send a clear message: no leader is untouchable. Global peace come first. Cooperation is necessary. This was not just about Trump; it was about rules, respect, and responsibility. Donald Trump history with the UN. Trump has always had a tension relationships with the UN. In the past, he criticized UN funding, threatens to repeat, threatens to reduce supporters, called it ineffective. These emergency meetings response to old worlds. What could happen next? There are several possible outcomes, increased global tensions, more criticisms of Trump, stronger divisions between countries, impact on future elections, long term diplomatic uh, demand, damage. Nothing is graduated, but experts anger. This movement will be remembered. Why this story matter to you? Even if you are not into politics, its matters becomes global tensions, affects price, war, affects price, what leaders say and do can change life. Final thought: the emergency UN meeting was a warning about power without responsibility, anger without control, leaderships without diplomacy. Trump's reaction show on again how divided the world is. Some see strength, others see danger. One thing is clear: the world is watching. What do you think? Was Trump right to fight back, or did the UN do the right things? Below the comments, like the video, subscribe for our real, simple and powerful news story, and thank you for watching my video.